What exactly is emotional intelligence and how do you measure it? You don't, because there's no such thing as emotional intelligence. You know why? Because I can control your emotions right now. I can control any woman's emotions. You know how I do that? Tequila. That's how you do it. Tequila makes her clothes fall off. I can control men's emotions. You know how I do that? 100 milligrams of Tren right now. I could just shoot you up with Tren. You'll definitely, that's a mood altering drug. Nothing intelligent about that, because emotions are part of our biology. Emotions are just a way of us processing our environment, the information that our environment presents to us. Fear, happiness, rage. I'm trying to think of the 5 base emotions, right? And then there's more complex emotions that are built off or combinations thereof of those emotions. I think it's 5, or it might be 7 base emotions. And each one of those, guess how you can control those? Well, through hormones for sure, through alcohol, through drugs, so if I can use a physical process to change the way that you feel about something, that's not intelligence. That's just making you feel something. So get out of here. Go wipe your ass with the emotional intelligence crap. There is no such thing as emotional intelligence. There's nothing cognitive about emotions. Okay, I can certainly change your mood. I can alter the way that you think about things. I can make you dumber. Just smoke a bowl of weed. You won't be able to do higher math. So that's going to affect your cognitive process, but it's also going to make you feel something too. So when we talk about like emotions as being some form of intelligence, all that is women wanting to say, me too, us too. We're going to raise our emotionality up to the level of rational, cognitive, logical, reasonable intelligence. No, you're not, because emotions aren't intelligence. They're feelings. As I keep saying, you want to know why women are overprescribed SSRIs, antidepressants? Because we've sold them on this idea that they can be permanently happy. What's happiness? Happiness is a base emotion. It's one of the 5 or 7. And we've taught them this idea that you not only can you be permanently happy, that you deserve to be. You're entitled to it. And if you can't achieve that, don't worry, girl. We've got Zoloft. We've got Xanax. We've got, I don't know, Adderall. We've got whatever it is. We got marijuana. We've got tequila. We've got some chemical way so that you never have to work to feel happy, because you cannot be happy. Happy is an emotion. Happiness is an emotion. So we can't be happy. We can do the things that make us feel the emotion of happiness, but happiness itself is not a state of being. There is no such thing as contentment. The human condition is defined by discontent. That means you ain't going to be happy. And if you're happy now, you won't be happy for long. You're going to be discontent at some point. I got my degree. I've got my bachelor's. Oh, now I need my master's. Oh, I got my master's. Now I need my doctorate. It's like, oh, I've climbed this mountain. Oh, but there's another mountain over there and it's high. Okay, well, I'm going to go and get to that one. And that's the thing, is like, that's one of the reasons why women aren't happy today, aren't like happy in a permanent sense. We've sold them this bill of goods. I keep telling, like, whenever I see these asshats talk about, well, women in marriages are happier. Men in marriage, men who get married are on the average happier than men who aren't married. I'm like, how do you use that as a metric? You mean in permanent happiness? That's not even what you're talking about, but you're going to use the term happiness. And every time you try to use happiness as a metric for success, someone is selling you something. And usually it's ideology. So you can't be happy. However, you can do shit that makes you feel happiness, that is intrinsically rewarding. So when I go to the gym, I feel pretty happy because I'm doing something, and I honest to God, enjoy. I have intrinsic reward. I get a dopamine hit, I guess. I don't know what it is. I feel good when I go to the gym. Even if I'm just there for like half an hour, which I'm usually there a lot longer than that. But I like to go to the gym. I like to go fishing, deep sea fishing. You should come with us. Reignitealpha.com. I like doing Access Vegas, even though I don't make a lot of money at it. I don't make any money at Access Vegas. Unless you give me $100 super chat, I don't make any money. Hell, even this show is not worth, I don't do this show for the money. Because if you saw what my last take was from YouTube, you would have quit. Most guys would have quit this shit. But I do this because I like doing it. And it's outreach too, I guess. But the whole time when I was being ratioed by Diverting Hate and the DHS and the McCain Institute and all that stuff, which Lord knows if I still am or not, I'm still getting ratioed. I still don't make any. I haven't had a boost or a decline in subs and God knows how long. You know, YouTube has done something to the algorithm, and it's really kind of depressing for a lot of guys who, like, especially guys who haven't been doing this as long as I have, and they just give up. That's what they want them to do anyways. Give up. I ain't giving up because I like doing this. I like this shit. Call me a masochist or something. I play in a band. I like playing music. I got all my guitars out here, right? I have a very expensive Cytherea that's on the back wall there. OD Guitars. You can go get one yourself. odguitars.com. OD. But do I make money being a musician? Fuck no. I don't think I've ever made money being a musician. I mean, occasionally maybe, but like you're usually playing because you want to get laid and a bar tab. That's about what it comes down to. Nowadays, I don't drink, so it's not the bar tab, and I have a wife, so I must be doing it for some other reason. So I do it because I enjoy playing. I like doing what I do best, showing off. But I don't make any money at it. But it is intrinsically rewarding. So it does make me happy to go and like create new stuff, make new friends, go out and perform, do all the stuff that is involved in being in a band, being a member and a founding member of a band, right? I like playing Warhammer 40,000, even when I lose, which is a lot. But even when I lose, the hobby is intrinsically rewarding. It makes me happy I feel happiness when I am, or something rewarding about painting little teeny tiny miniatures. And I like to draw. I like to paint. I like to do a lot of creative things, but which has always been very intrinsically rewarding to me. But they're not states of being. Once I stop playing, then I'm right back where I was. Once I stop writing, which I find eternally rewarding, you know, and thank God I actually make money at it, right? But I would still do it even if I didn't. Like, those are the things that will help you creatively deal with the discontent that is the human condition. So when we try to sell women on this idea that they can be happy, and if they don't feel that, it's usually because they don't have a burden of performance like men do. I would say men on average are probably quote unquote happy or experience happiness more than women do, especially in this day and age, because we have hobbies. We like to ride motorcycles. We like to go fishing. We like to go do these things. And women just can't wrap their heads around that shit unless they've got hobbies themselves. And most women don't really have hobbies. Their hobbies are talking shit about men on T. That's intrinsically rewarding. That's their hobby. All those women in the thumbnail, that's their hobby. So they're never going to be happy. So if you believe, if your ideology, if your philosophy is, I am entitled to happiness, then how do you get that happiness? Well, it ain't going to come from a guy. It's going to come from a bottle of fucking pills. It's going to come from alcohol. It's going to come from smoking a lot of weed. It's going to come from watching The Bachelor. It's going to come from talking shit about guys on T. It's going to come like anything that is a quick, easy way to feel happiness, even if it's like taking opioids or whatever the fuck it is, right? Why is it that we prescribe SSRIs to women at record rates right now? Not because they're clinically depressed or they have some sort of something very, very wrong with them. It's because we've sold them on this idea that they can be happy in a permanent sense. So every time I see somebody like, what is it? Brad Wilson. I forget the guy's name. One of these evangelical dudes who wants to tell you that marriage is great, man. Everybody should be getting married. Oh, look, the divorce rate's not so bad. Even Matt Walsh has come on board and has been retweeting some of, was it Brad? I think it's Brad Wilcox. I might be wrong with the name. And I'm like, motherfucker, Matt Wilson or Matt Walsh, you spent how long sitting in the same room for 2 hours with James Sexton? He gave you the rundown on everything. You sat there silent because you had nothing to say, because you couldn't refute a single thing that Jim Sexton was telling you about divorce and about marriage and everything else. He sat there, and yet he simply learned nothing because he's retweeting garbage tweets from Brad Wilcox. I can't remember. You know better. You should have learned that a year ago in March of last year. You should have known that. But no, you didn't. Apparently that'll just went in one ear and out the other. Or you're ignoring it. La, 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 not hearing what you're saying. Marriage is great. Marriage will make you happy. That's the thing that gets me, is the basis of all of this is that you will experience some sort of maintainable, sustainable, you're going to be happy. No, you fucking not. You might do things within marriage that are going to make you feel the emotion of happiness, but you are not going to be happy. It is not a state of being. It is a proximate outcome, not an ultimate outcome. We do happiness. We don't be happy. And I know that sounds like people, Roll is shitting on happiness. No, I'm not. I'm just trying to explain the basic mechanics of it. So I'm sick to death of this. Like, well, this is the metric of success, happiness. According to who? According to IFS, International Family Studies, the Christian group that pops off with this shit occasionally. That's all it is. It's just propaganda. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised to find out that Matt Walsh and the rest of these asshats on Daily Wire have been taking money from the U.S. government or from some outside source. I mean, hell, if Tim Pool got busted for taking $10 million in Russian influence money, what the hell is like Daily Wire taking? And it's not too far of a stretch. I'm not saying they're doing it, but I have my suspicions. Because when you look at like the DNC and you look at like Progressive Victory is just one PAC, Political Action Committee. There's probably dozens more. Those are the ones I'm familiar with, because Destiny is Idiot Friends are all a part of that. But I will guarantee you, Tim Pool, and nobody hears anything from Lauren Chin. And even Lauren Southern admits in her book, admits in her leaks and her most recent texts to Destiny, that she knows she's going to blow up her career. Nobody's going to take her seriously. And she already knows no one takes her seriously anymore. In fact, she admits to that as much in talking to Destiny. So she's just going to go, she has nothing to lose by throwing Tommy Robbins and Andrew Tate under the bus. In fact, she has everything to gain because she can make money off of book sales. But other than that, this is her swan song. She's out of here. Once this book is done, she's done. Because conservatives won't have her, and God knows I won't have her. The people on my side of the fence don't. So